you're part of the positive side over here. I
Oh,
always enjoy my time with you, so no problem.
thank you, Patricia.
Hi,
So,
Pamela.
Patricia, oh,
Hey.
yeah.
Hey,
Hi, Pamela.
Pamela.
Welcome to the group.
Hi, how you doing? You know what? I
Good.
got
How are you
confused a
doing?
moment. Oh, sorry.
Good.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was meeting via Google Meet.
Oh,
I don't know why. I see, and then down at the bottom of the invite was Blackboard Collaborate. So I don't know if anybody else got confused. I thought, oh yeah, at the
I put
very
them into
top.
Calendly, and then I just click on Calendly, and it automatically brings me into wherever it is.
Oh,
uh,
okay. Because I
Finding
have
that
a
really helpful.
mhm.
calendar, the Google Calendar, it has
Yeah.
join with Google Meet at the very top. And then I
Right.
scrolled to the bottom and I realized it was a Blackboard Collaborate meeting. So I just, yeah, just thought I'd
I,
share.
I hope we don't lose some people that way. I did have one person last week who wasn't able to join the second, the Thursday one, um, but maybe I can make it more visible and just say this is a collaborate workshop. Maybe I'll do that. Thanks for that, Pamela. I'll put something on the heading of the invite. I'll say something like collaborate or something on it so that hopefully no one gets confused.
Okay.
All right. So this is going to be a very short presentation. I just wanted to cover a little bit about some new features that are coming to Screencast-O-Matic. I also wanted to share some good news that I was able to finally get a room for faculty to book in the library. If you're ever interested in recording your videos and you don't want to go to the center actually teaching because sometimes it's crowded in there, too many people, and you want your privacy. So I was able to, well, I can't say myself, our team, Tammy and the people from the online learning department, we were able to talk to the library at FIT, and they were happy to have a room dedicated for faculty to book and use it if you ever need a space to record. We're trying to put in there make it into more of a soundproof room. So we're see how much money we can invest in that just to get the room to be much more quiet because as you know students are right across the library is a lot of noise sometimes, so there's a hands-on workshop that goes on. I forget when it goes. They have like something that goes on in the library where it could be a little noisy, um, but as always through the workshops I will send a follow-up email with more information as to the link to where you can click on to reserve the room, and any other information I'll include also with the recording from today, and other important links. But so the other news is that with Screencast-O-Matic, we have a new tool called ScreenPal,
Hmm.
and it's basically an extension, a Chrome extension that you add on to the browser, and it can be found in the Chrome. If you're using Google Chrome, you can go to the Chrome Web Store and search for ScreenPal. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. I thought I was sharing my screen. Let me back up. I thought.
How do you go? How do you get to the Chrome web store?
Oh yeah, that's actually what I was doing, but I didn't realize I wasn't sharing the screen. So let me back up my steps again. I'm sorry about that. Okay. So the Chrome Web Store can easily be found. Let me go one more step back. If you go google.com, and if you do Chrome Web Store, because I can never remember the actual URL, but if you Google Chrome Web Store, it will take you to this happy place where there's many apps and extensions that can be productive in the things that you do at work or personal life. And these extensions can make it quicker for you to access these apps that are added on to the Chrome browser. So on the top left corner, I would type in ScreenPal. I think it's without a space. Let me do that again. There it is. ScreenPal without a space. And there it is. And this is now a new tool that has been added to
Ah,
Screencast, right? To Screencast-O-Matic. And what it does is it's just a quick, easy way for you to record a video anytime, any moment, not only for your classes, but even if you're composing an email like this, for example, if I'm in my Gmail and I click compose and make it a little bigger so everyone can see. Once I go to the body of the email, once I click on the body of the email, at the bottom right, there's a little icon of a circle with, it's kind of strange icon. I don't know why. Let me make this a little bigger. Maybe if I can make it bigger. Oh no, I'm making it smaller. This little icon right here, and if I click on it, instead of typing an email, I can talk it out or I can video it,
wow.
and this will save you a tremendous amount of time. Instead of typing
That's
away,
great.
I can just talk to my students. So if I
So
wanted to write an email,
I'm at that Chrome web store and I have that. So I just click on that box, the
yes, you're
Screen
gonna
Pal.
see over here in the, yes, it's gonna say add to Chrome. I already have it installed on my computer, so for me, it doesn't give me the option to add it. But it will be, once you click on it on the right hand side, there will be a blue button that says add to Chrome.
Am I clicking on the link there or what?
Yes, you're gonna click on this one right here where it says ScreenPal Screen Recorder for video messages. You're gonna click on that.
Okay, okay.
And then once you click on that, there's gonna be a blue button to the right of the title.
So that's added where?
Yes, so that's gonna add it to your Chrome browser, and then it it'll add it to the list of extensions to your browser. And so when, for example, if you're going to compose an email, this little icon now appears on your, when you click on the body of the email, now you have this new icon that shows up. And when you click on it, if I choose, let's say, a camera recording, start recording.
I don't see that. I have it says um, test out ScreenPal below.
So when you clicked on ScreenPal, did it give you the ad?
Yes, but then what came up is this. It says successfully installed. Now when
Oh,
I
okay.
go to, I'm going to a new message, but I don't see the on the down right where you have that sort of little icon there. I don't. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me see if that's it.
You have to click on the body
No.
of the email. Yeah, once you click the body of the email in the bottom right,
Ah.
you'll
Oh.
see,
Okay.
and there it is right there. Now, which is very
I see.
important is you.
I see. I don't see anything.
Okay, all right. So, Patricia,
Oh, okay. No, no, no. You know what it is? It's just a dot, and then you have to click on the dot, and then you get
yeah,
create ScreenPal video message.
there you go. There you go. And
Wow.
I think Patricia, this will be great for your class because again, as you're teaching these kids to present in the classroom and how to work on their speech, you
Hmm.
can easily coach them, and they can see your face, they can see and they can hear your voice. So this is a great way instead of
Wow.
communicating through via text. This will now allow you to create a video instantaneously, and then it automatically puts the link to the video. Not only does it put the link, let me show you how it works. Let me show you real quick because I think this is really exciting. So let me do a quick recording. Let's say I send a video recording to one of my students. So I'll do the camera one. I'm not going to do a screen recording. The screen recording would be great if you're teaching Photoshop or Illustrator or anything that's a visual from the screen. You would choose screen recording. But in this case, I'm just going to do a camera. I wish they only had audio, but they don't have the audio feature. I talked to them about that. Because if a professor doesn't want to be on the camera, is there an audio one? But they said no, not yet. Um,
And does the student have to have Screencast-O-Matic or the extension to view the video then?
Ooh,
no, that's a great question, Pamela. The students do not have to have ScreenPal
okay.
installed. It will automatically play for them. The student For the students to create a quick recording, they do need ScreenPal. If they were to create a recording, but no, not to view it. That's a great question, Pamela.
Okay.
And Jose, on the screen option, can you choose something other than just the desktop screen? Are there other choices that come up? Like if you had another camera with a if you had another camera that you're projecting, let's say you drawing something, would you be able to choose that?
Oh, that's a little more advanced feature. Screencast-O-Matic will do it, but ScreenPal is much more basic. But
Oh,
Screencast-O-Matic will
okay.
you'll be able to do that in Screencast-O-Matic
Yeah,
in the yeah.
yeah,
But
that's
I don't
fine.
think yeah. I see what you're saying. It's like live switching. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Right. You switch from camera one to camera two, back to camera one, like a live show. You're switching
right.
multiple camera angles.
Yeah, just to
Um,
record something else besides the, computer
mm,
camera.
right, right. I'll test that, Karen, and if I find out the ScreenPal will do that. I will let you know.
Okay. Well, thank
I,
you. Yeah.
I love when faculty tell me these things because I can get into the mind of the teacher and what they need it for, and then I can figure out a workaround or some way to fix it and make it work for you. So that's a great suggestion. I'll see what I can do with that.
Okay. Thank you.
Jose,
Now,
I don't want to put a damper on this, but this is only through the email, and it
oh,
isn't inside the actual grading process in Blackboard.
Patricia,
So that it becomes.
I'm so happy you mentioned that, Patricia, because this also works in Blackboard.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. All right.
So
Because
exactly what you were
what
talking.
I'm fearful is then I'm going to have like a separate back and forth conversation throughout the whole meet. I do have some of those, but it becomes like a second course and I want them to do everything through Blackboard so that supposedly that's the way we're supposed to keep records, as I
Yes,
understand it.
yes.
Am I correct? Am I
Well,
correct with that?
oh no, you're 100% correct. And you just jumped. You jumped like far ahead. But that's exactly where we're
Oh,
heading, though.
I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm
but
so sorry.
no, which is no apologies because this is great. I'm glad you mentioned it because you know that in Blackboard they do have their own little video recording. For feedback to provide students your feedback. And I'll show you in a second. ScreenPal will also work in Blackboard and many other applications that allow
And
you to add your
and
little
once we get to Brightspace.
and also Brightspace too. This will also work in Brightspace. Yes, yes. Thank you, Patricia. That's an excellent point. So let me demonstrate real quick a little video. Instead of me spending a lot of time trying to get my thoughts onto text, I can just talk to my student like if I were talking to them in a classroom. So let's just recreate that experience. There's also a little button at the bottom I just want to draw your attention to over here. It says animated GIF thumbnail. This is fun, and you can turn that on. And basically, I'll show you what that does in a second. Let me just do the recording. It's better just to show it to you instead of telling it to you. So I'm going to turn it on, the animated GIF. All right, so let's start my recording. I'm just going to tell the student that class has been canceled, and we will continue next class with chapter 7 or something like that. I'm going to just make up some story. Here's my countdown. Hello, students. Unfortunately, class has been canceled this week, and we will continue next week. Make sure to read chapter 5 through chapter 11. and also answer your create your discussion post. And just keep in mind that the deadline is due Friday. If you don't submit your initial response and 2 replies by the end of the week, you will receive a 0 for your discussion.
Whoa.
Ooh, I sounded too tough on that one. I got to tone it back. A 0. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so here now it was 25 seconds, my little video recording there. I can trash it. I can delete it and start over. I can even crop and trim my announcement. I can just chop it up if I want to do some editing here. But for just to keep it short, I'm just going to go ahead and click the check mark and say I like it. It came out okay.
You're saying crop and whatever, but in editing, can you do the same thing as you do in Screencast-O-Matic? Is that you can replace, instead of being, if you were that, you didn't want to be that dominant with the 0, can you eliminate that section and record over it the way you do in
Yes,
Screencast-O-Matic?
yes, definitely. And I'll show you in a second. I'll go back and do the recording one more time, and then I'll make an edit just to show you. But so look, this is my animated GIF, right? So now as an email, the students are going to get this on the body of the email. They're getting a little video, and it's kind of like a little fun to put the GIF. But if you don't like it, you don't have to put the animated. Hello, students. Oops, the animated GIF. You don't have to put it in. It will just show up as a link or something like that. I think we'll
Can you
test
show
it
us
again.
what it looks like?
Sure, sure. Now I'll do 1 second, but let me show you if the student mouse, if they hover over the video, look what happens. Hello, students. Unfortunately, class has been canceled this week, and we will continue next week. Make sure to read chapter 5 through chapter 11, and also create your discussion post. And just keep in mind that the deadline is due Friday. If you don't submit your initial response and 2 replies by the end of the week, you will receive a 0 for your discussion. So this is what the students will see when they hover over the video on the email. There's a manage button right here, and then this here now you can do a little more if you want to do more work on the video. But it takes you back to Screencast-O-Matic, as you can see. And then from here you can go to your editor and therefore continue editing the video if you want to do it that way. But Patricia asked a question, so let's answer that question. Let's go back into the body of the email. On the bottom right, there's that little dot. If I hover over the dot, then I get the little ball or this little round icon. And if I click on it, again, I can choose a screen recording, a camera, or both, which means that they'll see my face and they'll see the screen that I'm recording. This time,
What's the difference between the screen and the second one?
oh, so the first one will just record the screen, the demonstration that I'm doing on the screen. It can be a PowerPoint slide, it could be
Okay.
Photoshop, or anything that's on my screen will be recorded, and then my voiceover onto the screen recording. And the second option is just a talking head. So this will be my talking head video of me talking directly to my students. All right.
So the first one, something will be on the screen and you're doing a voiceover for it, let's say.
Right, right. I can see this working for you a lot. Patricia, I can see it like as you're teaching them on, on rhetoric and as you're giving them examples, and you can actually speak to them as you're correcting them or giving them feedback through audio and video.
Jose, is there an option for closed captions or no?
Yes, that's always the million dollar question, right? The captions, as the schools, as education institutions are getting stricter with captions. So the captions will work like this. So I'm going to do another recording. I'm going to cover the captions. I'm also going to cover how it looks without the animated GIF. I'm going to turn that off.
What is the I don't see any difference in the animated GIF.
The animated
What
GIF was. I'm sorry,
I
Patricia. Go ahead.
expect I expected it to be sort of cartoony or something. I don't know, or putting something as a I pronounce it GIF. I didn't realize it was GIF. Sorry. So it's
Oh,
GIF.
no, no, no.
Okay.
It's either or. I hear it from both,
Uh,
either GIF or
Okay.
GIF. That's why I was
Yeah.
kind of
But when I
switching.
do those and I include those, they're cute little, um, but not really a view of somebody else or some
Right.
cartoony quality. So what was the gift of this example that you just showed?
Sure. Yes. As we saw, once I recorded the video, it was on the body of the email. It had like a little animated uh, animation of me. It was kind of my head moving around as I was speaking. That was the GIF or the GIF, whatever,
Oh, you're
whichever one.
kidding. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's a little
All right.
it's a little animation of frames. It chooses several frames from your video, and it creates a GIF, and it's just your head like moving around as you're speaking. And so the students, as they see that there's a GIF, they understand that there's a video or your voice. And so when it kind of draws them into it, and once they hover over the GIF, then the video begins to play. It kind of is a way to get them to move the cursor into the GIF, and then your video begins to play automatically.
Hmm.
So in this case, we're going to turn it off and see how it looks without the GIF, and then we're going to go with, I think it was Karen's question about the captions. So I'll do that recording one more time, and this time I won't say 0. I'll just say you'll get deducted some points. Let me see. I'll be a little more positive. Hello, students. Unfortunately, class has been canceled this week. We will continue next week. Please make sure you read chapters 1 through 5 and create your initial post and 2 initial replies by the end of the week. Just make sure that if you don't do your postings, you will get deducted on the gradebook. Okay, so I paused it there. This was about the same, 24 seconds. The first one was 25 seconds. I can trash it. I can start over. I can trim it. Let's see what the trim feature will do. I think that was one of the questions that someone asked. All right, so let's trim it. And so I can drag or scrub through the timeline as I'm speaking in my video. And then I can trim, play, then pause to trim the beginning or the end of the video. So if I wanted to trim from this point on right here, and I click a point in time on the video or the timeline, as you can see now, I can trim to the left of this white bar or to the right of the white bar, right? So if I want to trim from here to the start, and I only want to keep the right side, I can do that. And now I removed everything from here on to the beginning of the video.
So trim means delete.
Delete, yes, yes. If you accidentally delete or if you accidentally trim the wrong part, there's the undo, and it brings you back the full video. So if I just want to, if I want to just delete my the ending where I kind of like stumbled a little bit here. Let me play it. I think it's around here somewhere. You will get deducted on the gradebook. Replies by the end of the week. Just make sure that if you don't do your postings, you will get deducted on the gradebook. So if I want to remove that part where I say you'll be deducted from the gradebook, I can just go here to that point in time and trim it till the end. And now that is gone. And then I will click done. So as you can see, this is limited. It's not like Screencast-O-Matic where you can actually, dissect a small part or of the, a small mistake like an or an ah. This is much more basic and limited. So once we're done with here, I can just click done. And now instead of a GIF, I have a link. So that's the difference from having a GIF on the body of the email and having a link instead. Now, it doesn't change the fact that if the student hovers over the link, the video plays, because if I do that right now, you'll see.
Ah.
Hello, students. Unfortunately, class has been canceled this week. We will continue next week. Please make sure you read chapters 1 through 5 and create your initial post and 2 initial replies by the end of the week. Just make sure that if you don't do your postings, you will get deducted. Oops, I should have cut it sooner because I wanted to remove you will get deducted 5 points. So but you see the difference now, right? We were able to trim the video,
And
make some
can
corrections.
you go back now and trim it again?
Yes, Screencast-O-Matic keeps your recording. So let me show you. That's another great question, but let me show you over here. So let's go to Screencast-O-Matic. I have to find my account, but there is a place where all this is kept. Let me show you where.
Is it the same place that we go to?
Yes, it is the same place that you go to. You can find it in the website of screencast-o-matic.com under my name. You'll see it on the left-hand side, or you can go with if you go here to the icon, and you can also see it there. But here they are. Here are my 2 recordings. This is the first one, and here's the second one. And if I wanted to do what Patricia's asking, which is much more in detail, work on it, I can go into the video and then go into the video editor like this and work on it some more. The video editor is right here. Open in video editor. And that will take me to the Screencast-O-Matic application for you to then really work on it. If you really want to, the way I see it is ScreenPal is just a quick.
Kind of defeats the purpose, though, right?
Yeah.
You want something, down and dirty and.
Down and dirty, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the main difference between the two. Between Screencast-O-Matic, which is much more okay. I really want to work on it and clean it up, and I want to do this and that. And then ScreenPal is much more down and dirty. Boom, get it out of the way. And if I do make a mistake, just start over. You know what I mean? Start over from scratch. And I do want to go real quickly and show you what Patricia was saying earlier about if how you can actually use it in Blackboard. So I'm in Blackboard right now, and if I want to leave feedback to a student, I hope I have needs grading. Let's see if I have anybody I can grade. Oh, perfect. Okay, so I have myself. I can leave some video feedback for students with ScreenPal. But Blackboard does have its own feature. Sorry, Patricia, go ahead.
That'll be under the comments here.
Yes, right here. Well, the Blackboard one is right here.
Instead of typing in text, it's going to somehow insert it there.
Correct.
Wow.
So as soon as I clicked on the body of the feedback to the learner right here, as you all are aware, if you use this feature in Blackboard, you are aware that you can leave feedback. As soon as I click inside the body, look at the dot. It appeared again, the funny looking dot.
Oh my goodness.
It's everywhere.
Wow.
So if you don't want to use the Blackboard recording tool, which is over here, I think it's this one, and go through the recording and the whole feature there, you can just click on the little dot, and there is ScreenPal. It just appears everywhere. And then here I can leave a feedback.
And then this is a benefit because then it still will be on the Screencast-O-Matic website. I mean,
that is the key, Patricia. That is the key. because these videos now belong to you and you can carry them over wherever you want. Whereas if you were recording in Blackboard,
Each would be individual.
including the individual, these these are hosted in Blackboard. You have no control to these videos. If you ever want to pull them up for whatever reason, or if you want to reuse them, you can't because they're under Blackboard control. They're not under your control. Using ScreenPal, you can reuse these, change them, edit them, or whatever you want with them. You have much more power now. Now that these videos belong to you, and they go with you wherever you go. They go from Blackboard to Brightspace to wherever we go next. They'll come along with you. I still have to answer the question about caption. I haven't forgotten, Karen. So let me leave some feedback here on the students' work. So I'll do a little quick recording. Hey, good job on the icebreaker. I think you did a wonderful job. Continue the hard work and good luck. I don't know. That was my. Okay. So the captions. So that was a 10-second recording. The captions, since it's a quick and like we said before, this is a quick down and dirty tool, and you do want to put captions in there. Once we do the green button, we click in there. Oh, I didn't put the GIF, so you see it's a link now. Hey, good job on the icebreaker. All right, so this is how the students will see your video feedback. They hover. The hover feature still works. Once they hover over the link, the video automatically plays for them. But as you know, there aren't any captions here, unfortunately, right? So if you really want to have captions in here, you got to go into Manage and add the captions, right? So we're going to have to click Manage. Now keep in mind that the Blackboard recording will not give you captions, you know, and so something like for feedback, as you can tell, our LMS system doesn't have a way to provide captions automatically. And I think it's the same with Brightspace. You can record on Brightspace a short video and the captions will not show up. So that's something that we got to deal with as we move forward. Okay, so if I wanted to add captions to this, I have to do the extra step of take this video to the video editor, and that's up here in the top right corner, and click on that. And this will take, if you use Screencast-O-Matic before, this is familiar, and this should be familiar to you. This is where then you would click the caption button, and then the captions will be added to the video. Uh-oh, Screencast-O-Matic is not opening for me, but why is that? Let me see why it's going on. I'm having a little technical difficulty opening Screencast-O-Matic, but let's see what happens. I had it open earlier.
Yeah.
Might be open. Let me see. What's going on with Screencast-O-Matic? I'm not sure why it's not opening right now. I might have to do a restart. But what would happen is that you would open up once you clicked on this button here, open on Video Editor, it would just open up on Screencast-O-Matic, and then you have to click on the Add Captions button, and then that would then bring in captions to the ScreenPal recording. So it is an extra step, and I know that the ScreenPal is really just for, you know, quick and dirty messaging. So again, it's up to you if you're looking. I mean, like if you're composing an email, most of the times, you know, recording a quick video will save you time. It's almost like how WhatsApp has become for messaging nowadays. People don't even use the text message, the messenger. What they do nowadays is they record an audio recording and then message their voice to another person, and they communicate that way asynchronously, right? So if I send Patricia, hey Patricia, how are you today? I'm going to be at the park at 3 o'clock. I'll see you there. instead of typing all that, that's what's happening more nowadays. A lot of people are using voice instead of text to communicate. Um, I apologize about the captions because right now I'm having some issues opening Screencast-O-Matic, but I can do a quick recording and add it to the follow-up
Jose,
email.
I'm good on
Yep.
that because I've used Screencast-O-Matic with a closed caption, so I'm fine.
Oh, okay. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you,
Okay.
though,
I'm
for
so not
showing.
my apologies about that. I'm not sure why I couldn't get my screen. I had it open before as I was getting ready for the presentation. But anyway, let's continue forward. So, in a nutshell, that's really ScreenPal for you. It's a great way to do quick and dirty communication, not only for your students, but also, with colleagues and friends. If you want to just send them a video, or this is how you create layers in Photoshop. Instead of doing a talking head, you record the screen, go to your Chrome, compose a new email, click on the body of the email, click on this little dot on the bottom right. This will open ScreenPal. ScreenPal opens up automatically. Choose whether it's a screen recording, talking head, or both. Add the GIF if you want the GIF, or if you want the link, turn off the GIF, and then start recording, and then we'll paste it right into the body, and then all you do is send the email. Now, if you want to get fancy, and this is a schedule email, you can also schedule the email by clicking on this little down arrow here next to the send button. In Gmail, you can click on this little down arrow, and you can schedule the email.
Hmm.
Right? I need a recipient, so let me just put Patricia here. And so I click on the down arrow, I schedule send, and now I can schedule when this video gets sent to my students, or a colleague, or a friend, or whoever it is going to. Right? You can pick a date from the calendar, and you can even choose what time the email gets sent. Right? So this is another great way for you to schedule these emails to
Could
go
you
out.
back up? How did you do that? What did you click on?
Sure, sure. So I first click on the body of the email, and I'll say hi, Patricia, and then I go to the little dot on the bottom right corner here, click on that to open ScreenPal, and then I'm going to choose a camera recording. I'm going to include the GIF, so I'm going to turn it on. By the way, as I'm speaking, you notice that the decibels are moving up and down. This is a good sign, letting you know that it is picking up your audio. If you see the little green going up and down, if you don't see the little green going up and down, it means that you might not have a microphone connected to your computer, and that will not pick up your voice. Okay, once I have the three things ready, I have my camera, I have the microphone working, I have the animated GIF turned on, then I click start recording. Here's my countdown. Hi, Patricia, it's Jose. I will be at the park at 3 o'clock. I hope to see you there, and we can play with the dogs. I don't know, something like that.
Oh, the
This is
kids.
the kids. I think for the kids, right? I'll bring Rosie and Joshua. Right, so that was 9 seconds. Now I can choose to delete the recording. I can trash it and cancel, or delete and start over. Then I can trim the video, or I can say finish up and use the video, like finalize it and publish it. Or I can resume recording if I forgot to say something like, "Oh, Patricia, don't forget to bring the wine." Let me add that at the
Hey,
end.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, P.S. Patricia, don't forget to bring the wine. So now I added a few more seconds, right? So it picked up from where I left off, right? So now it's 14 seconds. And so now if I click the little green button here and finish up and use the video, now here's a GIF of, it's creating in 1 second. There. So this is what the GIF is. It's like a little animated GIF of me speaking. So the students will know, this will give them a heads up and let them know that this is actually a video that they will want to click on. And it draws them into the GIF. And so as I move my cursor into the GIF, hi Patricia, it's Jose. I will be at the park at 3 o'clock. I hope to see you there, and we can play with the dogs. Oh, P.S. Patricia, don't forget to bring the wine. And so now I click on the X because I don't want to watch the video anymore. Then I go to the bottom here under the send button. I can click on the little down arrow, and I'm going to schedule this to go out, let's say Friday at noon. So I clicked on custom because I want to pick the date myself and the time. So Friday, that's the 8th, right? And so let's say noon. I click on the clock here. Let me make this. I'm typing in these numbers right now. I'm typing in 1, 2. I'm putting 0, 0. This is going to go out exactly on July 8th, Friday, July 8th at noon. And then all I do is I click schedule send. And there it is. Now that is ready
Has
to
this
go.
been something we could do even before this, or this is tied to ScreenPal, or is that something that I never knew, that under send you have a drop down box that you can choose when to send it?
Oh, that's a great question, Patricia. That's aside from ScreenPal. That's even if I don't
Okay.
use, yeah, even if I don't use ScreenPal, if I go, let me see, if I do the same email, I send it to Patricia and I say lunch at 3. I write a little email to you, and I go to send under there. Next to send, I can schedule it, even though it's not a ScreenPal recording. You can.
I never knew that. Okay.
So that's yeah. This will kind of allow you to, spend one day on all emails, on future emails that you are looking to write, in the future,
Oh,
and then schedule them ahead of time for them to go out. Okay. That was pretty much it. I wanted just to show you ScreenPal. It's the new tool that comes with Screencast-O-Matic. I think it's a very powerful tool as we try to humanize an online experience. And instead of writing in text and emails, try to maintain that human connection of voice, your face, your body language. And as we know, sometimes as we become so dependent on text messages, there are times where we send messages and the message is lost in translation. And to go back and fix these things where the student thought I said this, or she thought I said this, and that was a big, problem of back and forth miscommunications. This is a quick and easy way for you to communicate and take things back to the original form of basic human to human communication. It's not exactly, talking face to face, but at least we bring it back a little more and humanize it much more than just writing a message in text that could easily be misunderstood or like instructions for students. Sometimes you can write it as clear as possible. You can write it step by step, number them 1 to 10, and sometimes there will be students that will not understand your instructions. And so bringing video to that communication process is again trying to humanize that experience again.
Hey,
So
Jose.
that's about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can I just add, because I just went to my Gmail, right? And so I did not download the ScreenPal extension quite yet. But I did notice and you need that in order for the dot to show up at the bottom, right, of the message that you're about to send. But I also noticed, because I don't know if anybody's like me, I feel like I'm getting all these extensions, whatever, downloading or making new accounts, blah, blah, blah. I did notice at the bottom of Gmail, right, that the Loom video, it's the insert Loom video. So
Yes.
there's there's your competition for you.
Thank you, Pamela. Thank you for bringing that up because you're 100%
Yeah,
right. You're
okay.
100% right. Yes.
Just to
Now.
further confuse everybody. But I didn't click on it because I'm still whatever live with you guys. I don't want to go that far into something else. But I assume it's going to take me to the Loom. It says insert Loom recording. I assume if I click on it, it's going to take me to my Loom account. And so it may not be as quick as what you just showed here with ScreenPal. I don't know. Yes, yeah, it does. Actually, I did just click on it. It said record a new video or insert last recording. Those are your options. All right, okay. But I am gonna download the extension and just keep wondering if I'm gonna just use all. But this is in Chrome browser. It's not taking up memory on your laptop. So, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
You're 100% correct on everything you said, Pamela. You're right. It's competition.
And
Now.
no security, just I don't know. I guess the more you have, the more chances for just maybe security issue. I'm just trying to think of, I'll probably just download everything as I usually do after, and then when I go to use it, I'm confused as to which one to use. But
So
all
Pamela
right, I
brings
didn't
up
want to confuse anybody. I just wanted to.
What is
No, that's
Loom?
great.
yes. So let's go to let's talk a little bit about the what.
Oh,
Patricia,
okay. In line with that. So Pamela, you went to Google.com, and that's where you saw the Loom.
No. You know what? I just literally, while we were sitting here, I wanted to see if the dot for the ScreenPal would be in my email already, right? If I were to send one. It's not, because I didn't download the extension yet. But I
right.
did see at the bottom of my email is from the last information session, when we went over the Loom videos, which are rather quick and dirty also. Well, no, they're a little bit more involved because you can add text and what have you. But I did notice that when I went to my email, that was there because I did download the Loom extension. So
Oh, okay. So that was in a
yeah,
former workshop that, so it
yeah,
isn't
it's
automatically there. Okay.
right. Yeah, it's not like
Got it.
Blackboard that has Padlet there already. You have to keep
Yeah.
downloading these extensions. So I
Okay.
guess I was just curious if it was already there in Gmail, since Gmail is Google, right? And yeah, I don't know. All right. I don't want to confuse myself or anybody else any further, but
No,
No. You bring up an excellent
you're
point, Pamela.
braver.
Oh no. This is great. Yeah, we can always bring up any thoughts on your mind. I'll be happy. We can all figure them out together. But you make up an excellent point because that is the competition. Now, let me tell you, this is the difference between
okay.
Loom and ScreenPal or Screencast-O-Matic.
Uh-huh.
The difference is we actually pay for Screencast-O-Matic, and so we have support. And also, these videos are hosted on our server, and so we own the server in which the videos are saved. Loom is a free tool, and I have nothing against Loom. It's a great tool, very easy to use. It's very similar to Screencast-O-Matic. They both almost do the identical things, um, so they're both very similar in that sense. The only difference is that FIT supports Screencast-O-Matic in the sense that you'll get support and those videos are secured in our in the server in which we pay for. But we don't prevent anyone from using Loom. If you want to go ahead and use Loom, that's fine with with us. It's not there's no issue. I mean, it's a great tool. I've used it. I use both. I use Screencast-O-Matic more only because I have to get really acquainted with it and learn everything because I have to support also faculty. Loom, I've used it before, but I haven't used it that extensively. But at the end of the day, you choose which is best for you. And Loom, you're right, Pamela. It does allow you to do the same thing, which is to go to the body of the email. And for some strange reason, right now it's not appearing on the Loom icon is not appearing. But when I was doing the test run for this workshop, it did appear, as well as
And
my other
And
extensions.
honestly, after your last statement, I think I'd go with the Screencast-O-Matic then, because it is like more premium subscription as opposed to just freebie from Loom, where
Right.
I don't know, maybe if you lose a couple videos, there's nobody aside from
There's
Loom
no
itself to try and I don't know, retrieve or what have you. But
right,
okay,
right.
yeah.
That's
So thanks for reminding me.
sure. No, no.
Yeah.
And again, at the end of the day, whatever works best for you is what you really have to decide. Oh, well, this really I feel better at using Loom, or I feel better at using ScreenPal, whatever it is. At the end of the day, you have to make the decision. But then, yes, you also bring up an excellent point, which is what happens if my video disappears one day. And there was a professor, I think it was 2 semesters ago, and some unfortunate events occurred, and she wasn't able to teach the course, but all her videos were on YouTube. And hey, thank God that for YouTube. But then what happened is, as soon as as soon as the incident happened, she had to leave teaching. YouTube decided to flag the videos for copyrights infringement, and those videos were taken away, no questions asked. They didn't even bother to even check to see what was the reason why. It could have been her own song or her own music or whatever it was that created that copyright infringement. There was no questions asked. The video was taken down, and we were left in a situation where the professor's gone and the videos are gone. What do we do next? So again, YouTube is a free tool. I don't want to say free because they do get money from the monetizations of the videos through ads. So it's not really you're giving them content and they're making money from the ads, and and if there is copyright infringements, they can't make money from it because they can't monetize it because it belongs to somebody else, right? There's a copyright infringement. So I can't say it's free because there is an exchange that happens there. But you always must be aware of what tool you use, and like they say, free comes with a cost. And so if something ever happens with something that a tool that an application that you're using for free, and then you can't really sue them because you're using it for free. You sign off. um, but yes, you bring up some excellent points, Pamela, and that's something you have to think about as you're selecting which tools you're deciding to use for your toolkit, right? The toolkit that you're gonna select. You're gonna be carefully select and be strategic of the tools that you're gonna arm yourself once the semester starts. Just like a plumber has a toolkit, a belt, and and you're gonna carefully select the right tools for the job that you need to do. Same way applies. And you don't want to carry too many tools because then your pants will fall off because the belt is too heavy.
Yeah.
That's graphic.
I went too far with that one, but
No, no, no. That's good. That's
so
cute.
again, at the end of the day, you really have to be careful and think about, does this really serve the purposeful use of technology? That's why I always ask myself, the purposeful use of technology. And like Jeffrey has a good one. Jeffrey will say, if your suitcase is too full with clothes and you go in the airport, you got clothes sticking out of your suitcase, it's hard to carry that along the way as semester by semester.
And you're going to be charged more.
And you're gonna get charged more. That happened to me when I went to Florida. We went to Disney World. The kids put a bunch of rocks in the suitcase, And I was wondering, why is my suitcase heavier than when we left?
Oh, too funny.
The kids had rocks in there, and then it was like over 100. I said, you know what? Just charge me the money. I don't want to get my suitcase out and pull out all these rocks. And
Oh,
and then when we got home, we found like bags of rocks from the beach. So I paid over $100 for rocks.
all right. As long as, I mean, my daughter used to make organizations out of all these, and so she had everything organized, and this rock is this small, and this was this, so if it becomes a learning experience as well, what the hey,
Hey.
it's worth the money.
The price you pay for
I
bringing
think.
home a piece of paradise.
Oh, that's even cuter. Yeah, an experience, the memory of it. Yeah, yeah.
I have those rocks on the front of my lawn, so that memory it comes back. That memory comes back every now and then.
Okay, okay. So it has a little
Well, let me stop
place.
the recording there. I hope